Welcome to Kieu Dung channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to support me in creating more meaningful videos. Today, we step into a quiet yet powerful story about Sung Luyen, a woman of strength, resilience, and a heart that never stops giving. For years, she has devoted every single day to raising her young daughter, doing everything she can to keep her in school. Life has not been easy, and money is never enough. But her greatest hope is simple: to earn just enough so her daughter can walk into class with peace in her heart and a genuine smile on her face. As the first morning light gently touches the mountaintops, the whole valley is still wrapped in soft mist. It is at this moment that Sung Luyen quietly prepares herself for another long day. She puts on her worn-out jacket and steps out toward her tomato garden, the place where her hopes grow season after season. Walking along the familiar narrow path, she takes in the sight before her. Rows of tomato plants stretch out neatly, their leaves green and fresh. Each row standing like a line of dreams she has patiently cultivated with her own hands. In the early sunlight, the ripe tomatoes glow a deep red, shining like small lanterns, as if whispering, "Today will be a good day." She bends down, her fingers gently brushing against each ripe tomato. Her movements are slow, tender, and full of intention, the way only a mother who always gives her best could move. She turns each tomato carefully, selecting the roundest, the firmest, the most beautiful ones. One by one, she places them into her old bamboo basket, a basket that has followed her through countless seasons of hard work. And so she continues, picking up and placing down, bending and rising, again and again. Each motion, though simple, carries a quiet message, a mother's unspoken promise toward her child's future. With each tomato she gathers, it's as if she gathers one more piece of hope. Hope for stability, hope for education, for brighter days ahead. Time passes, and the sun climbs higher, shining through the leaves. The bamboo basket grows heavier, slowly filling to the brim. Sweat dampens her back, yet her eyes glow even warmer, as if the weight she carries is not a burden, but a reminder of why she keeps going. When the basket is finally full, she sets it gently on the ground. She adjusts the tomatoes so they won't bruise, then ties the basket securely. Lowering herself, she lifts the basket onto her back. No matter how heavy it may be, her steps remain steady, the same steady steps she has used to walk through every hardship life has brought her. Along the dirt path leading toward the market, a soft breeze brushes past her shoulders. Every step she takes is filled with patience, filled with purpose, filled with the love of a mother who never stops trying. Today, she hopes to sell all these tomatoes, to earn just a little income to cover their daily needs, and to make sure her daughter can stay in school without worry. And so, with hope in her heart and determination in her stride, Sung Luyen begins another day. A day she wishes would bring a bit more peace, a bit more comfort, and a bit more light into the simple but beautiful life she shares with her daughter.
As Sung Luyen continues her walk toward the market, the morning sun begins to warm the narrow village road beneath her feet. The bamboo basket on her back presses gently but firmly against her shoulders, its weight familiar, its weight meaningful. It is not just a basket full of tomatoes. It is a basket full of hope, of hard work, and of a mother's quiet determination to give her daughter a better life. She walks slowly, taking careful steps on the uneven path. The stones and dirt beneath her sandals crunch softly with each movement, making a rhythm that almost sounds like the steady beat of her own heart. In the distance, roosters crow, dogs bark playfully, and the whisper of the wind carries the smell of fresh earth and clean mountain air. Before long, she hears someone calling her name. "Luyen, is that you? Do you have tomatoes today?" It is an elderly woman standing beside a wooden fence covered with vines. Her smile is warm, and her gratitude shines even before she speaks a word. Sung Luyen turns, lowers her basket carefully to the ground, and opens the lid to reveal the bright red tomatoes inside. The woman lets out a small gasp of admiration. "Oh, these are beautiful. You always grow the best tomatoes." Her voice trembles with sincerity. She picks a few kilograms and pays without hesitation. Their exchange is small, simple, and quick, yet it feels much deeper than a transaction. It feels like kindness supporting kindness. With a grateful nod, Sung Luyen continues on her way. Just a few houses farther, another neighbor waves her down, a young mother carrying her sleepy child on her hip. Her hair is messy from a long night, yet her smile is gentle. "You're my lifesaver, Luyen," she says. "I ran out of tomatoes last night and promised my husband I'd cook his favorite dish today." She buys several tomatoes, then murmurs thank you after thank you. The little child reaches out, touching the rattan basket with tiny hands before hiding shyly behind her mother's shoulder. This small gesture warms Luyen's heart more than the sunlight ever could. And then it happens again and again. One house buys 2 tomatoes. Another buys a few handfuls. A farmer stops his bicycle just to choose 3 perfect ones. An older man buys some to make soup for his sick wife. A young student buys 1 tomato with the little money he has, saying it's for a cooking assignment at school. Every person has a story. Every story paints her road with color, compassion, and connection. And with each sale, her basket becomes lighter, but her heart becomes fuller. By the time she reaches the main road, half the tomatoes are already gone. She pauses for a moment, inhaling deeply, not from exhaustion, but from the gentle relief that today is starting well. Ahead of her, the noise of the town slowly rises. Wooden carts roll by, their wheels knocking rhythmically against the ground. Motorbikes weave through corners. Sellers call out their prices. Buyers argue cheerfully. Children laugh as they chase each other between the stalls. The closer she gets, the richer the symphony of the marketplace becomes. At last, she reaches the crowded market area. She searches for a small free spot on the roadside, a place where independent vendors like her gather. They cannot afford official stalls inside, but here, on the ground, they share stories, struggles, and sisterhood. She sets down her basket, spreads out a small cloth, and begins placing the remaining tomatoes neatly in front of her. She arranges them carefully, turning each one so the brightest side catches the sunlight. Within moments, people notice. A woman carrying a woven basket pauses. She looks at the tomatoes, touches one gently, then smiles in admiration. "These are perfect. Did you pick them this morning?" Another woman kneels down beside her. "They look fresher than the ones in the market. And your price, it's so fair." As more people gather, their voices rise like a soft wave around her. Yet through all the excitement, Sung Luyen remains calm, shy, humble, and grateful. She has never needed to shout like other vendors. Her honesty and care speak for her. A middle-aged woman buys a full bag. Another buys some to make soup for her sick wife. A young newlywed buys tomatoes to cook her first meal for her husband.
A grandmother buys just enough to prepare a dish her family loves. Each exchange is gentle. Each one holds warmth. Nearby, other women selling vegetables watch her with kind eyes. Some of them have known her for years. They know her story. They know how hard she works, how quietly she endures, and how deeply she loves her daughter. They smile at her as they arrange their own produce. In moments like this, the market feels less like a place of business and more like a circle of strong women, each carrying her own burdens, yet always lifting each other up. As time passes, sunlight pours through the gaps between the roofs of nearby stalls. It lands on the tomatoes, making them glow like little red jewels. Customers keep coming, some curious, some loyal, some just passing by. The pile in front of her grows smaller and smaller and smaller. With every tomato sold, she imagines her daughter sitting in a classroom, dreams bigger than this small market could ever contain. She imagines school books, clean uniforms, warm meals. She imagines a future where her daughter will not have to struggle the way she does. That thought alone keeps her heart warm. Hours go by. The noise rises and falls like the tide. The scent of breakfast stalls, noodles, spices, fried dough drift across the market. Children run past her. Vendors call out louder.
Buyers negotiate prices. Life continues in every direction. Yet within this lively chaos, Sung Luyen sits peacefully, focused on her simple work. A little while later, a woman arrives with her small daughter. The little girl points excitedly at the tomatoes. Her mother laughs softly. "You choose, sweetheart." The child picks the brightest one, holding it as if it were a treasure. They buy several tomatoes, and the mother leans in to whisper, "Your tomatoes taste like home, Luyen. I hope you never stop growing them." Such words settle gently into Luyen's heart, leaving a warm echo. As the sun begins to move toward the west, painting the sky in soft colors, Sung Luyen looks down and realizes her tomatoes are almost gone. Only a small handful remains, the last humble trace of her early morning labor. Soon after, a kind elderly man approaches. He looks at the few remaining tomatoes and smiles. "I'll take them all," he says simply. And with that, her basket becomes empty, completely empty. She closes her eyes, letting the moment sink in. The breeze brushes against her face. Her chest rises and falls with quiet gratitude. Another day of honesty. Another day of effort. Another day of providing for her daughter. She ties the empty basket onto her back and rises slowly. Around her, the women sharing the roadside marketplace begin packing up as well. Some sold everything. Some sold only a little. But every one of them carries the same silent resilience. The courage of mothers. The courage of workers. The courage of women who give without asking anything in return. They exchange smiles, nods, and a few soft goodbyes before separating, each walking her own path home. Their silhouettes against the golden light look almost poetic, a reminder that strength doesn't need to shout. Sometimes, it simply walks quietly alongside the setting sun. As Sung Luyen leaves the market, she glances up at the evening sky. The horizon glows orange and pink, and the birds begin their slow flight home. She feels tired, yes, but it is a peaceful kind of tiredness. A tiredness that comes with accomplishment. A tiredness that whispers, "Today was worth it." She imagines her daughter running to greet her, asking,
"Mom, how was your day?" And she knows she will smile, because today, life was kind. Today, the world was gentle. Today, she earned enough for another school day, another meal, another small step towards a brighter future. And if her story reaches your heart, if her courage reminds you of someone you know, if her effort makes you believe in the quiet strength of everyday people, then let your support be a simple kindness in return. Click subscribe, stay with us, and continue celebrating these incredible real-life heroes. The mothers, the workers, the dreamers, who carry the world one small step at a time.